Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. This is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost. I think part 13. Let me double check real fast. It was 13, so I think I was right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And I also want to let you guys know. You guys probably know by now. I've plugged it in before, but I do have a I do have a sorry, give me I do have a Twitter account now. That will be the first place I put info on new what ifs and new thumbnails. I do upload new thumbnails to Discord as well, but that but on Twitter it'll show up first. My link to my Twitter will be down in the description down below. And like normal, if this video, as long as it hits past 50 likes, it will continue. So you guys, this series hits like at least 100, pretty fast. So I have no problem with, I have no issue. I have no worries of this video not making past 50 likes, as long as I make good content. So I have faith in myself. So and it took me for it like I was wrapping my head around how I am going to end this series because it's going to have to end and I was trying to find a. I wanted to use my custom villain OC. So there's gonna be a little bit of him. Oh, actually, there'll be a little more of him in in this episode. So look forward to that. He does have a fire quirk, if I remember right. Diablo, and I also got a comment on my other series. Don't worry, they'll get done. Right now, I focus on two main ones. This one and my Dragonkin, and then on my days off, it's usually random what ifs, but it's usually Ruby stuff. But don't worry, they'll my other what ifs will hit the main slot, and we'll knock them. I'll knock them down, complete them, then come up with some new ideas. As we start our episode off, the night before the USJ attack. Sorry guys, I'm gonna do this. And before we get into the story more, all artwork goes to their, respective artists. I don't own any of this artwork. I just use it on. I find art pieces on the internet and use them for the story. So I'm just adding on, flair to the what if. So get that. I'm gonna start saying that in every episode. I do put it down in the description too. But I just need to get used to saying that before the beginning of the episodes from now on, just to get used to it. Get me in routine doing it. Now we start our episode off the night before the USJ as we somewhere in Hosu City. Can't believe I messed that up. Sir, we got the intel that you wanted. As Diablo looks at it, as he's like, so the kid went to UA after all. As he throws, the papers as they go flatter everywhere. I was hoping he would join me, but this works fine. Well, this works fine too. I do quite enjoy fucking with his life. So this works just fine. As he spends several hours in his office, as he can't get in contact with anyone down below, as a few minutes later, as he gets up, as he's just sitting there waiting by the window, as several SWAT units come rolling in, several Hero Suppress Task Force units come rolling in, pointing the guns aimed sternly at Diablo. As Diablo smiles. Well, boys, what do I owe this pleasure? As the Hero Suppress Task Force demands, you are hereby under arrest. Surrender now, Surrender now or you will be terminated on the spot. As Diablo's like, I think I'll take option 3. As he shoots fire out of the, aiming at the window as he jumps out, as he lands on top of a car, as he gets up, as he books it, as several the Hero Suppressed Task Force give chase, as he's running through the alleyway, as he's throwing fire blasts behind him, trying to hit a couple of the Hero Suppressed Task Force members. As he gets to a dead end, as he's like, shit. As he's surrounded from the other side. As he's like, well, seems like you got me. As a portal opens underneath him, as he falls through, as it shuts, as he's in the dark room, as he sees, it's Kirigiri. As he sees a man with a blast mask on like a breathing apparatus. As All For One's Kirigiri, as All For One says, stop saying that. As All For One's Kirigiri, that is all. Leave us. Yes, master. As he disappears in the portal. As Diablo looks at All For One curiously. Not to sound ungrateful, but what do you want from me? I brought you here for one thing, Diablo. To give you an opportunity, a deal. As Diablo's like, very well, I'm listening. I need a new successor. As All For One, my previous suffer, I've lost patience in the boy. Too immature. I was hoping he would grow out of it by now, but it's wishful thinking on my part. The boy's a absolutely disappointment. No drive. Pathetic. As Diablo's... And what exactly is the successor exactly? If you accept Diablo, you get powers that you've never dreamed of. So All For One takes off his helmet as he smiles. I'll give you my quirk. As Diablo's like, you can't give quirks. My boy, you have no idea what I could do a lot of things, Diablo. If you accept, I will give you my quirk when the time comes. As Diablo, why me? You have impressed me, Diablo. Your countless, the way you torture the Midoriya family. It's been quite enjoyable, actually. You have more than proven you are worthy to be my successor. What do you say, Diablo? As Diablo shakes All For One's hand as he smiles. As Kirigiri opens a portal. As all For One told him his first successor was Shigaraki. So as before he leaves, but what about the boy? His fate is no longer my concern. Do with him what you will. Good. As Diablo goes through the portal, as he meets Shigaraki, as Shigaraki, you decide to show up finally. Yeah, your boss, your boss, I forget what he's going to say here. Your boss enticed me. As Shigaraki, just to make one thing clear, I'm the boss here. As Diablo's, oh, of course, you're the boss. I wouldn't dream of challenging your power, Leader Shigaraki. As Shigaraki, falls for it, as he's like, huh, I guess you're not all bad. Guess I don't have to kill you. As they do their villain thing. As we cut to the next day, as Izuku gets up, gets into his military uniform, fixes his collar, as he, gets ready, make sure his hair is all, up and tidy. As he gets a knock on the door, as it's Momo and Shota. It's like, come on, Izuku, we're gonna be late. I'm coming. As he walks out, as both of them they both grab Izuku's arms. Well, yeah, both grab one on the right, one on the left. As they go into the class. As Izawa gets class attention as he goes through the information where they be going today. They'll be doing hero rescue training at the USJ. Everyone line up on the bus. We're leaving now. As everyone, gets on the bus, as Izuku sit down, so did Shota and Momo. Momo's on the right. No, Shota's on the right and Momo's on the left. As Sue brings up the whole who's most powerful, Bakugo thinks he is. But Mina said it would be either. Mina and Sue agree on this. It's either between not Momo, but Shota and Izuku. As the whole subject of Izuku quirk came up, as Sue, being the nosy frog girl that she is, she's always all about people like, "What's your quirk?" and all that stuff. It's like it's like she was an interrogator. So, give me a second here. Asu asks, like, what exactly is your quirk, Izuku? As he's like, it's, it's ice manipulation. As she's asked, like, as she explains, she asks how it all works and how she's like, but how high degree can you manipulate? As Izuku smiles, that's a little secret I'm gonna have to keep to myself. Can't give out all my secrets now, can I? Sue goes back to her seat. She got her enough information to be satisfied for right now. It's like you're feeding an information like a monster, but enough about that. As Shota and Momo and Izuku are talking, as Mina pops up behind them, as Mina's like, out of curiosity, which one of you is dating Izuku? As they're blushing a little bit, both of them. As he hasn't decided yet. As Mina knows about it, but she just wants them to say it. As there's an easy fix for this, Even I figured it out pretty fast. As Shota and Momo look at Mina, I mean, you're putting the guy in a kind of hard spot. I don't pity I pity the dude. As means like the answer's simple. You just share them. I mean, if all three of you agree to it, I really don't see the problem. As they're like, blushing as they're like, don't know how to answer to that. As Mina's like, just give him some thought. And instead of forcing him to pick one after the other, just share them. That's all I can say. Now she goes off, hangs out with Kirishima. The bus stops as it's all right, get everyone out. As everyone gets out and Azawa, stopped that. Azawa said that just in time before Shota and Momo and Izuku could continue that forward. So as we get to the USJ, as everyone lines up, as they open the gate or the door or whatever, as 13 does her whole stitch about quirks can be either villainous or heroish, or quirks could be either villainous or used for good, depending on the person and how you use it. Stupid. Yeah, let me stop that real fast. Short pause in the story. Like every time when I'm not recording, like things don't pop up, but when I start recording, everything's all pop up like all at once. So I just need to get used to the. I just need to start putting on no disturb before I start the video. So we'll fix that from the future. As they walk through the USJ, as Izuku takes a device out of his pocket, as he tries to contact the director. Director, this is Ancient Jack Frost. Come in. I'm checking in. As there's static, as he's like, that can't be right. As he pulls out his phone, as he tries to call his mother, as it's static again, as Izawa. What is it, Izuku? You need to pay attention. Something's not right here. The comms has been cut. And it's like, what do you mean, Izuku? As he tossed him the phone, as he tried to use his phone, as as um as Kirishima's like, look, they even provide us with fake villains. This is gonna be awesome. As all, those are not fake villains. Those are real. Everyone, get behind me. As they try to rush out to the USJ, well, they get a certain. They're up the stairs. So as Izuku sees a portal opens up, as he sees a man with a bunch of hands on his face and some sort of big bird creature with a brain with it has his brain exposed, and his eyes go widen as he sees Diablo right next to the Nomu, as he's like, Diablo. As he starts walking, as I was like, you need to stand back. You can't handle this. As Izuku, I am a rank member of the Hero Supports Task Force. I think I can handle it, Teach. Fine. Do you is your permits all up and up? Yes. In in situations like these, I am licensed to do temporary hero work. As Izuku hears the whole monologue with the Shigaraki, as Izawa and Izuku take down some thugs, some minor tier villains. As sorry, 13th's already been taken out. As Kirigiri, as Kirigiri separates the portal, but Izuku and Izawa are in the midst of the villains, so they weren't portaled out. Because even if he was portaled in, he has ice for crying out loud. The only area that would be difficult for him would either be the volcano area, but if he was on ground, yeah, it doesn't really matter. He wouldn't be anywhere near that volcano afterwards, but as Ichigo walks forward, as he throws ice, freezing several of the villains that are trying to charge him, as he's going straight for Shigaraki. As Shigaraki's like, who the hell are you, hero? As I am Agent Jack Frost from the Hero Suppressed Task Force. I'm bringing you in that bastard over there. As Diablo's like, huh, missed you too. As he's just, he's just having fun with this. Nomu, kill him. As he points to Izuku, as the Nomu comes and rush Izuku, as he had enough time to put a ice wall, as the impact, the impact from the punch, as Izuku goes flying, as he slows himself down with ice, as he's like, damn, that thing's strong. Whoever that guy is. Maybe this will actually be a challenge. Izuku creates several ice spikes like this on the picture above the Nomu. as he gestures his hand down, as they all peers to Nomu, as Shigaraki's laughing. As the ice shards get pushed out, as the Nomu regenerates, as Shigaraki says, "You idiot! It has regeneration, shock resorption, and super strength. A little bit of super speed. You're good as dead, Agent Jack Frost." Nomu comes rushing into Izuku as he dodges his first attempt, but he didn't realize how fast his Nomu was as it grabs him, as it starts slamming him against the ground back and forth, as it throws him, as he goes flying into a bunch of trees, as he coughs up blood, as the Nomu blitz right in front of him, grabs him and throws him back near Shigaraki. As Izuku's coughing up blood, as he's like, as the Nomu grabs him and puts him in a try to squeeze him. Izuku creates a bunch of ice spikes on his right side, as it pierces Nomu, as it stops from his one hand that was grabbing one of his arms. He had him grabbed with his arms down, so he had enough room to grab his collar and click it off as it falls off. As Izuku looks at the Nomu, "You're dead now." As he touched him, the Nomu on like any skin contact, as he starts freezing him from the inside out. As the Nomu, it's not totally dead. It regenerates. It's just going to take a little bit. As Izuku creates several ice constructs, help to others. As several ice constructs go in different directions, as they go to where the other kids are to make sure they're the other students to make sure they're all right. Izuku's not going to have Kalji. People die while he's there. He's a dick, but he's a dick with a heart. So if Izuku kept his freezing power, if he kept his freezing power working, constantly freezing Nomu, he would have overtaxed the regeneration. But considering he didn't do that, yeah, it's gonna come back. Izuku sees the creature as he sees the creature come back to life, as it stands up back, as Shigaraki's like, "He's meant to kill All Might. You have no chance in all. You have no chance in hell." As Izuku's like, "You said it was created to kill All Might. Interesting. We can't have that now." Given I'm not a big fan of him, but he does serve a good purpose. As slowly a ice skeleton assembles right behind Izuku. It's huge. As you see this in the picture, that's what it's doing in the picture. Just imagine that's Izuku in the middle. As Izuku says, "You should have killed me while you had a chance, villain. Now that my collar's off, you're as good as dead." As several ice spikes form in front of him, as they all shoot out, as the Nomu, blocks attack, it was aiming for Shigaraki. As the ice skeleton, in laying his reach out both his arms, as huge burst of, it's basically a blizzard, aiming straight at the Nomu. It's basically freezing him with ice constantly, trying to slow it down as it's slowly walking towards Izuku. As Izuku's observing the Nomu, as all the students are there, Ozawa is still doing his job. Ozawa doesn't get hurt because Deku, Izuku's not gonna allow that shit from from happening. And because he's an official member of the Hero Suppress Task Force, there's not really going to be a lot of drawback when it comes to this. Several helicopters come rolling in as a rope comes down, as several Hero Suppress Task Force, as his aunt walks in, as they all try to subdue the Nomu. As you don't bother taking it alive, kill it. It's a man-made monster. It has regeneration, super strength, shock resorption, and some super speed. You need to destroy it all at once. Hope the brain. It would be my guess. The only thing that looks normal is the brain. Take it out. As they all surround the Nomu, as they pin it down with wires, as they attach to the ground, as one of the soldiers give Izuku a sword, a katana, he grabs the handle, yanks it out as he walks towards the Nomu, as he he unsheaths the sword slowly, as he walks over to the Nomu. As his skeleton disappears, as he walks to the Nomu, as it's growling, making noise. As he slices in half. He sliced the head in half, brain and all. As the Nomu, flops down, he's not coming back from that. As Shigaraki's like, Kirigiri, get me out of here. As Kirigiri portals next to, Diablo. As Kirigiri opens the portal, as he goes through, as Shigaraki turns around, give me a second here. As Diablo has his hand pressed against his chest, as Shigaraki's like, what the hell is this? What the hell are you doing, Diablo? This kid. As he ignites Shigaraki, burning him alive. As Izuku runs Izuku's trying to go after Diablo. As he's like, I think I'll have to leave for now, kid. We'll see each other again. I'll promise you that. As he comes through the portal, as the Hero Suppress Task Force rang up all the rest of the villains that just straight up gave up after Izuku, basically executed that Nomu. All Might came late, like always. And I think I named her Luna. Yeah, Luna gave All Might shit about that, but she knows he's not in the best condition. So he didn't waste any energy whatsoever. So, he's still weakening because of the energy, because of All For One. And I don't know who I'm going to give All For One to. Or not, sorry. One for All For One. Well, All Might's quirk. Give me a second. I need to rethink this for a second. Who I'm going to give, All For One? One for All? I get them mixed up sometimes. Give me a second here. It's One for All. So I don't know who I might give One for All to. I mean, the natural choice would be Mario, unless I want to give someone a power up. So leave down a comment down below who you want that quirk to go to, because I really don't know. Because if no one gets picked, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to, give it to Mario, because I'm not giving it to Izuku because he's already overpowered as shit, so he doesn't need that shit. But anyways, as Momo and Shota grab Izuku as he's about to fall over, as he's coughing up blood. As they get him to go see a medic. He had a lot of broken ribs. He had a few broken ribs. His left arm was almost broken. And I think we're gonna stop it there. Oh, let's go. I need to get this little part, as they were worried about him, so they're thinking what Mina said, so that will be an issue for future me. So I hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging by time, so it's all right. Catch you guys later.